Hey guys, welcome back to The Outfit, and we are finally back by the coast.
Yes, on this episode we take you along our adventures along James Price Point with all this amazing free camp and touring experience that he has to offer.
Stay tuned. How nice is this? This has got to be one of the better lunch spots we've been to. It's that like red pindan going into mangrove. So yeah, we're gonna probably grab a coffee because we're both exhausted. I think it's because we went to the gym for the first time in ages. One of the gyms in Broome. Really good gym, but we smashed ourselves and I'm aching and tired, and I think Edge's the same. Feels good, but at the same time really sucks. So we're gonna just chill here for a little bit, I think, and then we're gonna carry on. But as you've probably seen on the footage, we've driven on beaches, we've driven around mangroves, we've driven through mud. Like the scenery's just changed heaps, so it's been really nice.
It's just a forge of paradise. Pretty crazy, the tide, how fast it's going up. In the distance over there, there are just some locals hand spearing. That's really cool. No salties in sight. Perfect spot for lunch and coffee. So we just spotted like some sand dunes and a little track on the side of the road. So we're going to walk it just to make sure it goes somewhere. With the tides right now, we just don't want to take any risk. But the sand is like buckling right now. Even for the genitals, we can feel it. Looks beautiful. Wow. Definitely looks like our kind of spot.
Yeah, okay, we'll drive it, I say. We're at this really weird conundrum at the moment where we're like a little bit tired from all the filming that we did on the Gibb River and Punalulu and stuff like that. And now we've come towards James Price Point and it is so magical. And every nook and cranny we're going into, everywhere we're driving is spectacular. Even on our standards for all the amazing stuff we've seen in Australia. So, but we're like, do we get out and film this? Like, no, we'll carry on a little bit. And it's like never ending. It's the weirdest feeling. It's like we could film every single corner of this place, but it would end up just being a highlight reel. And it's cooking outside. So at the same time, we're being a bit lazy with wanting to get out of the car all the time. It's a bit strange. It's a good problem to have, but it is strange.
That's lunch location for me today.
How's this place?
It was a little bit too early for me to have lunch at the little creek where we were, so just wanted to wait a little bit longer. So this is now perfect. I'm so hungry.
Water is so good. Just had a really strange experience. So as you saw before, I was out in the water for quite a while having a real nice swim. The water is beautiful. So I come back to the car and get Ange to chuck her bikini on to come out in the water with me, because we haven't been for a swim in a while. And so we both go running into the water, and literally as we're running in, maybe 2 or 3 feet into the water, we both just get this real uneasy feeling. Like, I assume it's because of this rumor of the crocodiles in this area. So they do get crocodiles up here, but apparently in this stretch where we are, there are no crocs. We've spoken to a lot of actual locals to this particular spot, and people go spearing here, no issue whatsoever. Assured me it's absolutely fine. There are no saltwater crocodiles hanging around right here. So anyway, as we go into the water, I look down next to me, and literally about 2 meters away from my legs, I just see a shark. 2 meter long shark is what I would guess. Just come over through the bow wave, could see it real clearly, just disappear right by my feet. I just grabbed Ange and we ran out of the water, but I don't know what a shark is doing that close to us, that close to shore in the middle of the day. Really strange, but it's given us both the absolute willies. So I don't think I'll be going back in the water right there again. I'm sure it was fine, but far out. I have a funny feeling it had just made a massive beeline for us just to find out what we were. It could have been a bull shark for all I know. Yeah, I don't want to mess with that.
This is our campsite for the night. Pretty happy with the view. Just need a little bit of shade now. It's so hot. I was just telling Chris how good would it be to be able to pull the 270-degree awning out. Fortunately here it's a bit rocky, and our King's awning is actually a bit broken. Like, one of the pole is bent because of a wind gust a few months back. Still works, but not ideal. So we're looking at replacing it, but there are like just so many options, like it's a bit overwhelming. So we really want to make the right choice for us, because obviously it's a big investment. So if you have any recommendation, let us know in a comment, because we really want to upgrade our awning. Okay.
We've spotted him. He knows he's been spotted. You know you've been spotted, don't you? Oh, I yanked. He's yanking. Tempted to grab a bunch and try and cook them up, but I don't think I got the right ingredients for a catch and cook of the octopus. Let me know in the comments if I should do an octopus catch and cook, because that's about 4 we've passed already, which should be dinner.
So if you haven't followed us for a while, you wouldn't know that. Ooh. All right, take 2. So if you haven't followed us for a while, you wouldn't know that Chris and I, we don't eat the same thing. I don't eat meat, so that's why we're cooking separately. I eat mostly vegetarian, and when Chris goes spearfishing, I'm more than happy to eat the fish that he catch for us as well. But right now, we don't have fish in the freezer, so I'm just gonna make my own dinner as well. I'm currently obsessed with gnocchi. I think it's just like missing like having potatoes and that heavy carbs meal, and we trained yesterday and I'm just so hungry. so I need kind of like a calorie-packed meal for dinner. I usually eat like quite light during the day, especially with the heat right now. But gnocchi, pesto with some spinach. I've got as well a bit of tofu with it. It's gonna be delicious. All right, and this is what the finishing product looks like. And if you don't like tofu, you can have it with chicken or any kind of like meat of your liking. Bon appetit!
Why are you filming me? Isn't that weird? Why am I being filmed? What are you doing here? Good morning guys, so we've just left our spot on the coast there. We had a really nice night of sleep, but it ended up getting really blustery this morning. So we had our coffee in the car, watched one of our favorite YouTubers, and struggled a little bit to make breakfast in that wind. While she did that, I just did a few little bits and pieces around the car, sort of sorting out like an interior light in the Jeep, and just organising all our stuff really, just trying to get some of that dust out from the Gibb River Road. It's just everywhere. So now we're going to continue, do a little bit more exploring today, and bring you along with us.
So right now what we're doing is driving around the coastline and go on the hunt for the best campsite. There's no one at this stage. We don't know if it's gonna get packed or anything, but it's so beautiful everywhere.
Quiet. Yeah. It's amazing. Check it out, check this out.
All right, so we had lunch, we had coffee.
Second coffee, yes!
Still very windy, but still no one around, which is amazing. So now we're just gonna go for a walk and try to find a campsite along this cliff. Oh my god. and this is why we need a new awning.
Yeah, that just scratched the side of the window up, this guy here. Buy a budget awning, they said.
That was probably the biggest mistake of our setup, to buy a cheap awning. Now we regret.
Yeah.
But you live and learn. So with the awning fiasco from earlier, this is where we spend most of the afternoon, just getting some shade on the side of the car. Chris is doing some editing. It's quite sunburned, so he'll stay here for a bit. The sun is really harsh here at the moment, so I'm just gonna try to go for a little swim now and then come back to make dinner. Alright, so we left our little spot in James Park Pond and continue to drive towards Barrett Creek. And then we heard like a horrible scraping noise coming from the same wheel that created the problem with the axle last time. Hoping it's a rock stuck between the brake caliper and the wheel. So I'm gonna pull it apart and see what we're dealing with. Can you shut the tailgate? Thanks. Yeah, and the main tailgate. Chuck it on top of the other one. So I've jacked the car up, or this wheel up, and I've just made sure that the back wheel is chocked, and I've taken off the handbrake because obviously the handbrake will lock this. So I've rocked the car back and forward just to make sure that it's not going anywhere at all before I take the tyre off. Yeah, complete and utter disaster if it fell from the jack once I've taken the tyre off. So now fingers crossed it's nothing major. I think a rock got stuck in here, and that's what was making the horrible noise, but it looks like it spat it. I have noticed the rear track bar is coming loose, so it's starting to gouge into that. So I'm going to tighten that up while I'm here. That must have come loose a little bit from corrugations, but I think that is completely unrelated. But yeah, it's not looking too bad. All looks pretty fine to me.
So I'll button it back up and hopefully be on our way. Now the fun part, getting a 37 back on. I got myself into this mess so I can get myself out of it. So, get down low, line them up best you can, and then get the almighty deadlift, and your head. Oh, I got it.
Nice job.
So the second we bought the General, I went out and bought an 8-ton bottle jack. So not only is it quite a bit larger than a normal bottle jack, but it's also small enough that we can get it under where we need to. And it's been great. I've used it a bunch of times. It's perfect. Just got it from Super Cheap Auto, and I choose not to bring a high lift jack like a lot of off-roaders do, because they're really dangerous, they're really heavy, and they're completely unnecessary for getting your tires off and complete overkill. So for instance, if I jacked this up with a high lift farm jack, as I'm cranking it up, as it starts to put that car on an angle, it can punch the handle straight into the side of the car. They are great for popping the bead off the wheel, but I can do that with this as well. So yeah, anyway, just grab yourself one of those. The jack that comes with the Jeep, they're useless. It's a scissor jack. They're horrible and really dangerous as well. So yeah, good quality, heavy bottle jack is the way to go. Alrighty, so that concludes our time at James Price Point. Such a phenomenal little spot. We've had a really nice time over the last couple of days. So now we're heading back into Broome. We're going to restock up on food, fuel up the car in a couple of jerry cans, maybe do a little bit of work over a couple of days, and then we're going to head back out to Cape Levesque, which is in kind of a similar area.
Yeah, so stay tuned for next week's episode, guys. In the meantime, thank you so much for watching, and we'll see you next week.